Hey, welcome back to Riffs and Rides. This is Barry, and tonight I'm going to do another one of my favorite songs. So this isn't a reaction, it's just me sharing some music that I really love. Um, in the 80s, Foreigner was huge. They were everywhere. Uh, Lou Graham was the lead singer, and he had just it was one of those rock god voices, and man, it seemed like there was no note that he couldn't sing. I mean, he could sing the low notes, the high notes, you name it. He just had a certain grit to his vocals that was fantastic for rock and roll. The whole band, really, tremendous band. This is a song called Jukebox Hero, and this was on Foreigner 4, which obviously is their fourth album. This album came out in 1981, and Jukebox Hero was a hit song towards the end of 81, the early parts of 1982. Um, that time period was one of the best time periods for music that I can remember personally. I mean, as far as the albums that were coming out, you had, I think also the same year, maybe AC/DC, For Those About to Rock, came out. Van Halen, Fair Warning came out. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll, huge smash hit. That came out. Foreigner 4 came out. I think maybe REO Speedwagon, or Speedway, whatever you want to call them, Speedway, Speedwagon. The High Infidelity album came out. That was a huge smash. Billy Squire, maybe Don't Say No. Maybe that came out that year, but it was all, all this music just hit boom, boom, boom right in. And then, a year or two in there, you had Def Leppard, High and Dry, I think, came out about that time too. So a lot of really good rock music. It was a good time to be a rock fan for sure. So and then the stuff that was coming ahead, Pyromania was coming out in '83. So just a lot of good music, all packed together there, man. And then you had all the new wave stuff too that was coming out too. And so I'm just telling you guys, man, if you weren't there, you missed you missed some of the best music ever. So let's get out of that. Let's get going on this song. I hope you're wearing headphones when you listen to this. There's just a lot of stuff going on in this song, but it's really a good song. So here we go. Jukebox Hero, Foreigner 4, 1981.
Standing in the rain with his head hung low, couldn't get a ticket, it was a sold out show. Heard the roar of the crowd, he could picture the scene, put his ear to the wall, then like a distant scream, he heard one guitar.
Just a personal note. So that whole thing about standing outside, you could hear the music, but he couldn't get in. So that definitely happened to me more than one occasion. I would be around where all the local bands would play bars and stuff, and I was too young to get in, and I wanted in there so bad. But I would stand outside the glass, and some of the bars I could see the back of the bands, and I could listen to them, but I couldn't get inside. It was just heartbreaking. But anyway, all right, that's enough of that. Let me back it up just a minute. Let's go again.
He heard one guitar, just blew him away. He saw stars in his eyes, and the very next day, bought a beat-up 6-string in a second-hand store. Didn't know how to play it, but he knew for sure that one guitar felt good in his hands. Didn't take long to
Awesome song. You know, that song kind of reminds me, it's the same old story, you know, kid strikes out, kid wants to be a rock star, all that stuff. It reminds me, it's a little bit different story. It reminds me of, what's that Bad Company song? Oh, man. It's a bitch to get old. I'm just telling you, if you forget the name of these songs that you've known for your whole life. Oh man, I can, put it in the comments down below. Just refresh my friggin' memory because I'm old and dumb and losing my the onset of Alzheimer's. I guess is the worst, right? No, I'm not wishing that on myself. But anyway, kind of the same story, you know. Wants to be a rock star, makes it as a rock star, you know, whole thing. There's probably a million songs like that out there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that song. I love that song. That was Foreigner 4 is one of those classic albums that's good from beginning to end. And the crazy thing is their fourth album, and you don't somewhere along the line, usually the first album that a band puts out is like the best album that they'll ever put out because it's all the music that they were writing up to the point where they made it. So it's the songs they played over and over again in bars. Second album, some of those leftover songs and so on. But usually by the fourth album, you know, they're kind of having to write fresh material and their lives have changed. Now they're, you know, rock stars and have money and, you know, so all the material kind of changes a little bit on it. But I think this was probably their biggest selling album up until the next album that came out may have been bigger than this because it actually had like a massive Do You Want to Know What Love Is was on that album. And I think that's the album that started really cracking Foreigner up because of the ballads and stuff like that. But anyway, it's enough of that. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you loved this song. If you did, just give me a thumbs up down there. Click like. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's what keeps everything going. Tell me what song it is and it'll come to me as soon as I click this thing stop. That Bad Company song is going to come to my head because that's usually the way it works. But put it in the comments down below. Just refresh my memory which Bad Company song that was. God, I feel so stupid. Anyway, do that for me. Subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time here on Riffs and Rides.